Hello everyone, welcome back to Tranquil Waters by Stevie. We are just finishing up our field here of plowing, and our first poppy field that we started harvesting last episode has completed. That one we got wrapped up. We're doing pretty well with poppies, actually. I will get into that a little bit later. But happy Tuesday to everyone. I hope your week is starting off well. In fact, there's our field of poppies right there we need to get to here in a sec. I figured maybe I'd do a little bit of do a little weed cleanup. There's always a little bit left over, it seems like, with course play, and I'm just going to try and give it a little cleanup. Why not? Then we'll move our John Deere over to our next field that we need to get plowed and get that taken care of. A little bit of weeds never hurt anybody, but we'll put forth the old college effort, I guess, so to speak. I've been getting some memos from the home office in Climax, Michigan. Look it up, it's real. In fact, may I even say, not just our home office, but the RQS Gaming Channel international, if not global, home office. They have been sending out some nasty grams to me about not being particular enough with my field cleanup. They would like to see a little more effort put forth in that, so I will appease them. They write the checks. I should have never gone public. That was my first mistake, was taking the channel public. Now I've got a board of directors to answer to. I'm sure many of you know how that mess is. Oh man. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. We're right here. Whoa, geez, Brad. I always forget to kill that 14X. She's a runner. All right, let's we'll just hire this out. There you go. You go get them. Nice. Get some line put on this field. So yeah, happy Tuesday. Tuesdays are, they can be a little bit sketchy. They can be a little sketchy. You got through Monday, so you're happy about getting through Monday. So you think you're kind of in the clear. The worst of it's over. And then Tuesday comes along, and you realize it's really no better off than Monday. You're really no better off than Monday. Oh boy, I got to start getting more sleep. So, yeah, there's Thanksgiving week. Just doesn't feel like it quite yet. I don't know why. I don't know if it's an age thing or if it's a circumstance thing or what it is. But I'm sure I'll get more into the festive spirit the closer we get to Christmas. But this just doesn't feel like a holiday season yet. I don't know why, but I know that it will definitely feel like a holiday season if I have to go to the grocery store. I'm avoiding that like the plague. I can tell you that much right now. Yeah, let's plow this field. Look at stinking mess, isn't it? I mean, I applaud giants. Do you remember the old days when weeds were... Oh boy, man, my brain just went... It seems like I remember the days, didn't we used to have weeds that were just like uniform through the whole field? Almost looked like a crop. And then Giants updated, I guess the next version of the game, the weeds became a little more variant, more variety, patchy, kind of whatnot. It does look a lot better. It does look like literally a more weeded field, that's for sure. I'm always impressed with the game. I truly am. Sometimes maybe some disappointment shows through, but as a whole, I think we have it pretty good. I really do. What is... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a doggone minute. Boom. There we go. There we go. All right, let's create a job. CP field work. We do need to... Oh, that's right. We need to mulch over there, I think. Let's get these two bad mama jambas plowed up while we're here. So... Looks like 3 headlands worked out pretty well last time, I'd say. And we can do the row skipping again. That worked out pretty well, I think. So we'll just go ahead and generate that. And I think we're going to have to get our starting point. We'll just let him find it. Or her, or him. Yep. Unless that's my sister. She's got about the same amount of facial hair. Just kidding. Where you going, dude? Oh, no. No. Stop. You little stinker. You little stinker. I think I caught that just in time. Did we lose any hops? No, maybe one. I don't know where he was going, man. Where you going, dude? It was that crack about looking like my sister, wasn't it? I think that's what it was. Why is the start point like right there on the corner? Let me line them up a little more. Let's try this again. Wow, you saw that. That looked sketchy. First waypoint. Maybe he was gonna do a big wide circle or something. But I don't know. It looked to me like the plow was down while he was making that wide circle. Ay. You really gotta watch these dudes, man. Hoodie's back. Hoodie does a pretty good job, I guess. At least that's what I'm going to say. Oh, you're almost out of lime. Alright, let's set you up to buy lime. Oh, Brad, where are you at? I think it's here. Fertilizer, buy. Yep, there we go. We'll let them buy the rest of the lime for this field. I don't feel like driving back and forth to fill up again. Let's go visit our harvester here. How's our harvester doing with repairs? I thought so. Let's get that repaired up. Now, Courseplay is supposed to keep an eye on that for us. And I think once it gets to 50%, Courseplay automatically repairs the harvester. Do I still have a course? Just to keep, you from losing yield. I actually kind of like that. I honestly don't mind the fact that Giants put that in the game. And that's just my opinion. I've heard some people complain about it and kind of think it's a bit cheesy or whatnot. But the fact of the matter is, you need to have damage do something to the game, right? Number of headlands, because otherwise, other than completely breaking down, who would care if your harvester was? I think what I hear mostly complained about is the cost of the repairs and how quickly it happens, and I don't really have that big of a problem with it, but the paint is still kind of a joke to me. I just don't. That's not even in the ballpark of reality. I mean, let's face it. If in real life, if you were thrown a $30,000 paint paint bill after about 3 hours of combine use, you would lose your freaking minds, wouldn't you? I mean, you would probably question the quality of of the paint used on your farm equipment. All right, and the start's a little rough, but we get past that. But yeah, I was impressed with our poppy yield. I don't think, because we sold poppies, or did we not sell poppies? Did we sell poppies recently? Wow, man, I have got to start taking notes. Or I've got to start paying attention to what I'm doing. I don't know which it is. Somebody told me today I needed to start taking more vitamin D. They didn't feel like that I was getting enough vitamin D in my diet, and I think it was just based on the fact that I was completely I was snoring at my I was snoring at my desk today. And I think they thought, you know what? This dude is either just not getting enough sleep or he needs some vitamin D. Something's wrong with this guy. Well, they say that anyways, but okay, 263,000, almost 264,000 liters of poppies. I know that field that we just got done was over 200,000 because I had to take a trailer load over, and then there were probably 2 or 3 more harvester unloads in the trailer. Excuse me, and I know it's a good size field, but I was still kind of surprised by that. This is the month for poppy sales, so we are going to get this poppy field completed, and then we'll just take one big load over and sell it. But yeah, March is poppy month, I guess. $30.15. The average high is about $30.90, so we're above that. We're above that. Of course, it's always Goldcrest Valley, the one place we can't really sell at. That's all right. That's all right. If things get way out of whack and Goldcrest Valley is just going to be so much higher than any other place to sell, I will just do what I did last time. Get the calculator out. We'll pretend like the train came and picked it up and we sold it. You know, we can go that route. That's not the worst route to take. Where is our... Oh, geez. He's way over there. He's going to have a long drive to go unload. I don't know why I do that. I should learn to put the trailer and the tractor and the trailer in a better spot to begin with, but he's getting paid by the hour. He doesn't care. I mean, this dude, he'd do a half-hour trip if he wanted to, if he could, just make a little more cash for the day. So we need to, and I know what you're thinking, Brad, move the stinking trailer. We will move that trailer. Mr. Plow's doing good. Mr. Limer is doing good. Excellent. I guess we can do some work. You know, manage more, do less. Isn't that the saying? I'm pretty good at that, I guess. Manage everything and do nothing. I worked for a dude like that one time. I'll tell you what, man. I've had some interesting bosses. Oh boy. There might be some stories there that need to be told at some point. Of course, my anonymity and their anonymity. Is that a word? Anonymity? Am I saying that right? Anonymity. I think that's right. Will need to be maintained at all costs. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get out the big boy. Let's bring out the big boy. We need our... Oh, you know what, though? Oh, that's the off button, Brad. This is what we really need right here. And the New Holland. We'll save you, Mr. 4755. We'll save you. We'll save you for the next thing, okay? I promise you'll get out this month. Oh, see, I got my markers out. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's like some weird thing I got going on. I don't mind the little icons, you know, the pickup and drop off icons and stuff. I don't mind them being on typically, but when there's like 50 of them in your farm, like each one of those silos has 2 and blah blah blah, it just gets to be a bit much for me. Plus it hits the frame rate a little bit. I don't know if you've noticed that, but it seems like it hits the frame rate a smidge. We are going this way. That's, I think, the way we're going. Actually, you know what? Do we need to mulch? Or are we going to plow? Oh, we'll mulch. We'll mulch. We'll mulch this bad boy right up. Yes, indeedly doodly. Why is pH good? That's interesting, isn't it? You would think that would be a little lower. And this is the field in question. Actually, yeah, pH doesn't look too shabby. Nitrogen, of course. Isn't mulching supposed to... Whoa! Isn't mulching supposed to help a touch with one of those things? On precision farming? I thought it was. So if we take a look at nitrogens at 0, pH is 6750. I think mulching is supposed to add, it's not a lot, but I thought it was supposed to add a little bit. Of nitrogen back into the soil, I thought. Alright, let's scooch on over to this way. Try to line up a little bit better, Brad. Lower your gizmo. And get some going here. But it doesn't look to me like it's adding. I don't think it's adding anything. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I thought it was supposed to add. I thought you were supposed to get a little, you know, a little bonus from mulching, but I've been known to be wrong before, and it certainly won't be the last time. Looking forward to get back to back on Sri Lanka for our carrot harvest here in a couple of days. I have not spent enough time on the premium pack. I really would like to spend more time with the premium pack or premium DLC. I guess it's premium. It's the premium expansion. Correct? I think that's the official nomenclature for it, I think. Have any of you gotten a little have any of you gotten a look at that Giants farming for kids, the new farming simulator game for kids that's going to be coming out? I don't know if any of you saw any of that information on it. Omatana had a video that she put out. It was like a tour of agoraphobia, or I don't think it's agoraphobia. It's agri something. She's at some agriculture event. And while she was there, she took a little video of playing this Giants kids game. I thought it was kind of funny because it kind of reminds me of something I would do, where she couldn't figure out, she couldn't figure the kids game out, and that sounds exactly like something I would do. But kids are a lot smarter these days, and they seem to. It's kind of funny because I've had situations where things, and I remember this when my kids were younger, you know, in that age where Baby Einstein, I don't know if any of you remember or ever remember the Baby Einstein videos that were out and stuff. I think it might have permanently damaged one of my kids, but they were like a series, you know, that came out that were marketed for infants, basically, or toddlers or whatever. Or I think actually, well, the name, as the name states, baby. And you set your baby, basically I think the intention of it was you set your baby down in front of the TV and you put these Baby Einstein videos on, and it's supposed to somehow or other, you know, start to teach them at that age while they're infants. Now, I, of course, being a slightly skeptical person by nature, looked at something like that, and plus they weren't cheap, by the way, of course not, right? Because they were nothing that is developed by psychologists is going to be cheap. You know, you're not going to find them in the 99-cent section, right? I forget how much they were, but I know they weren't cheap. And I know that we had one because it was given to us at a baby shower, I think. And, you know, by, you know, those friends you have that are like super yuppie kind of cosmopolitan people that are minimalists, but yet, you know, they're like into the latest thing for child development. You know, don't feed your kids carrots. The latest study shows carrots are bad for your kids, you know. Those kind of people. Sorry if you're one of those kind of people. But anyways, this Baby Einstein video, I have no idea where I was even going with it now. Now I've completely just derailed. But yeah, I completely have lost my train of thought. Maybe I'll pick it up. Maybe it's not important. Maybe it's better I don't. But yeah, these Baby Einstein videos were something else. And I remember sitting, my son, my firstborn son, they had those, boy, I forget what they're called, but they were like a rubberized material seat that you could put your, basically you could put your infant in, more or less. I mean, not, I think they have to at least have the ability to hold their own neck up, for goodness sakes. But you set your kid in this chair and they can't fall out. It was kind of like their little butt just nestled right down into this seat, and then there was like this piece that came up between their legs, and it just basically, I mean, they were there. They weren't going anywhere. And I know what I was thinking. I always felt like Baby Einsteins were ultimately invented for parents who just didn't want to deal with their kids. You know, just one of those things like how, you know, TV is like the best babysitter for kids. But at that age, you can't just throw them down, and you can't just throw a kid that age down in front of American Horror Story and say, here, watch this for the next hour. So you got the Baby Einstein thing going, right? And honestly, I don't know if it did any good. I mean, how do you ever really know? I mean, even if your kid is dumb as a box of bricks, okay, and as parents we know, you'll never have a parent say, my kid's an idiot. Well, actually, that's not true. I think my dad used to call me an idiot sometimes, but you typically, in a healthy situation, parents aren't just going to readily admit that their kid's an idiot. They're going to try and, you know, because why would you say that, right? Because then people are going to go, well, he's your kid, you know, kind of like, you know, like father, like son. Hello, took up your side of the family. So you're always going to say, man, my kid's, you know, he's a pretty smart kid. You know, he's pretty smart, you know. He's got that strong C average, you know. He's a smart kid. He's, you know, not an overachiever. You don't want him showing off. You know, I always encouraged my kids to try and stick right around that C+ average. Nobody likes a show off. And I figure, you know, so how do you really ever know if baby Einstein really did any good? I mean, I guess they can claim that it was the best thing since sliced bread, but there's no way, I don't think there can be any way to prove it though, right? I mean, even if your kid grows up to be, you know, super smart and does amazing in school, they might have done that, you know, that might have happened without the baby Einstein. You know, how can you know, you can't really nail that down, I guess. I thought when I first became a parent, I was just going to be happy. My standards were pretty low. And I figured, as long as I'm not getting them out of jail at 3 a.m., I don't care what else they do. You know, maybe they won't do that good in school. You know, maybe they won't be, you know, curing any diseases. Maybe they'll just end up being really good at making Big Macs the rest of their life. I don't know. But as long as I'm just not bailing them out of jail. I don't know why that was like my defining thing as a parent. Prison, I guess, you know, maybe that's not a bad thing to have as a defining idea or concept. But that's just kind of where I was at, you know. And then the second one came along, and I always feel sorry for my second one, because you don't have that newness anymore. You're like, oh, I've been here, done that. And the second one just like you're just not worried. It's like, I remember, forgot about that trailer. The first one would be like, hey, Dad, I'm going outside to go on the swing set. You be careful now. You be careful with that swing set. Watch out for bugs. And let Dad make sure all the bolts are super tight on the swing set. I don't want you going out and getting hurt now. And then the second one comes along, and he's like, hey, Dad, going out playing on the swing set. Yeah, whatever. Let's see how high you can go. You know, it's like a totally different ball game, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel kind of bad now about that, because I'm pretty sure that's the way it was. But oh well, they turned out all right. One of them might be listening right now. You turned out all right if you're listening. I think you did good. No, I'm actually quite proud of both my kids. They turned out. There's some things you can't teach, and you know, you're just praying that there's those qualities that you hope your kids have, that no matter what you do, it's not really up to you. And I'm pretty thankful that my kids are. I think they're gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna be okay. All right, let me put the kibosh there. Let me fire you off. Oh, that dude. Okay, he got a little irritated with me last time. I'm not gonna mention anything about my sister this time. You're all set. Thank you very much. I appreciate you finishing that lime off for me. How you doing, buddy? Looks like you've been doing okay. Are you dumping? You are dumping. We're already at about 50,000 liters of Poppies. Like Papier-Mache? Or Papier-Mache? What is it? Papier-Mache? It reminds me... Excuse me, sorry about that. I'm thankful I don't really know people like that, but... I remember a Seinfeld I was watching where a lady on there would name it, where she would always say, George, I'm going to work on my Papier-Mache. George would just get so irritated with her. It's not Papier-Mache, it's paper-mache. I miss paper-mache. I would think that's, you know, I know I used to do a lot of that as a kid, or at least in school we used to always do the paper-mache. And wasn't it just strips of paper? Is it strips of paper, water, and flour? Is that what you mix the water with? Is it just like a simple water-flour mixture? Do you have to put some salt and oregano in there? I forget what the paper-mache... What the paper-mache... how do you say... recipe. Let's look it up, shall we? Maybe one of you want to do a little paper-mache. Paper-mache recipe. Look at you, Google. A recipe for... Wait, no-cook? What? There's a no-bake paper-mache? Whoa, speaking of no-bake, don't no-bake cookies sound really good right now? I could go for some no-bake cookies right now. And I don't care if they're the chocolate or the peanut butter. Doesn't matter to me. Any no-bake right now would be amazing. Let's see what this no-bake... I didn't know you had to bake paper-mache. What you'll need, by the way, for no-bake paper-mache, you're going to need a bowl. And you're going to need a whisk or a spoon if you don't have a whisk, okay? Materials: 1 part all-purpose white flour, all-purpose, 2 parts water, and salt. I was joking about the salt. I thought, why the heck would you need salt? I don't know. It says salt is optional. So if you're hard up and you don't have any salt in the house, you don't have to run out to McDonald's and steal some salt packets. You can just do without, I guess. But yeah, no wonder we used to do this in school all the time. This was probably the only thing our school could afford, you know? How much is it going to cost to do this? Well, it's water, paper, and flour. All right, I guess the school board can approve that. Good for nothings. You better get some used paper, though. Don't go out and buy a new paper. That actually then makes me... They call that paper-mache glue, by the way. What is the best mixture for paper-mache? So there's a bake recipe for paper-mache? I didn't even know. Paper-mache recipes, I honestly had no idea that you could even bake that stuff. Now, because don't you just basically take like paper strips, you dip them in the bowl, like you're making French bread, right? You dip it in the bowl, and then you kind of just, I don't know, wrap it around something, and then you let it dry and it hardens. I think that's what it is. Fast and easy raw flour paper-mache. Water from the tap. Well, thank goodness for that. Just pour some white flour in a bowl. Add hot water gradually until you have a consistency that will work well. What does that mean? You should see the picture. Sorry. You should see the picture of this person. They are so happy. They are so happy to be making paper mache. It's like somebody just gave them the keys to the world, man. Oh my gosh, that's freaking hilarious. Oh, I'm sorry. I know you all are probably like Earth to Bread Farming Simulator, but I get on these things, you know, and I can't help myself. But oh my gosh, this is so funny. This old lady is just so happy. And she's got a spoon. I don't know if she's like eating it. It looks like she's having a bowl of cereal. I hope somebody told her. I hope somebody told her that it's paper mache she's holding in her hands, because it looks like she's about ready to chow down. I suppose it wouldn't hurt you. It's just water and flour with maybe a little salt, you know. So I guess it wouldn't hurt you. Oh, cooked. Here we go. Cooked flour and water. 2 tablespoons of white flour. A cup of cold water. Cooked paper mache paste will dry almost clear. Oh. Unlike raw or no-bake paper mache that supposedly dries with like a milkier tone to it, so to speak. I guess the baked stuff dries clearer, and it will be slightly smoother. So there you go. There you go. If you want your next paper mache project to be smooth and clear, go the baked route. That's official. Wow. No idea why I went down that arbitrary path. Okay, everyone, I'm calling it quits. I should have probably turned you off. This guy's doing pretty good. I think I might leave the old John... No, I'll move the John Deere over a little closer. Oh, we're about full, though. Gonna have to go unload. Actually, that's not... No, that's a 200,000 liter trailer, so we got a ways. We got a little ways. But yeah, thanks, everyone. I appreciate you checking in with me. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your comments, your likes. Really help the channel. Feel free to subscribe or become members. We'll be back here on Tranquil Waters tomorrow. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. And stay safe. Make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. And if there's any self-help books that you feel like I need to read, feel free to put those in the comments as well. All right, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.